Welcome back for one more final film breakdown of K-State's offense, this time from the Rate Bowl versus Rutgers. 44-41 comeback win against the Scarlet Knights. K-State's offense looked good early in the game, kind of struggled in the middle, and then was able to finish off the game with some big plays to come back from a 17-point third quarter deficit and a 12-point fourth quarter deficit to beat the Scarlet Knights in Phoenix. Fun game, looked bleak for a while, but K-State found a way to get the win and finish the season on a high note. This film breakdown will focus on a few different things. Number one, K-State did a lot of jet and things off of jet with the wide receivers, and Dylan Edwards split out as a wide receiver. So we'll look at some of those things. Look at off-tackle power in the running game with the running backs. K-State did some really nice things with that. And then just a few pass game schemes, and including some of the misses in the pass game that would have made the day even better for Avery Johnson and the receivers had they hooked up on a few of those misses. So just getting into it, this was the season high against FBS opponents with 347 yards on the ground, 8.3 per carry for the K-State rushing game, and one of the highest marks of the Kleiman era for K-State in those marks as well. The outside run game was the key, and that's both with running backs outside the tackles on power runs and wide receivers on jet sweeps. 18 of those that have broken down, 254 yards on those plays, 14.1 per carry. For the running backs on the off-tackle power, including pulling guards, tackles, centers, tight ends, K-State likes to pull about anybody and everybody under Connor Riley, and they did again in this game. 11 of those runs charted 161 yards, 14.6 per carry, 63.6% success rate. A couple touchdowns for Dylan Edwards on those. So really nice scheme usage and variation in that off-tackle power. The jet sweep game, like I said, there were 5 gives. 4 on true jet sweeps, 1 to Dylan Edwards, 2 to Jace Brown, 1 to Ty Bowman late for a big first down. And then K-State also ran a true wide receiver reverse to Jace Brown. That was a big play, 34-yard run. 18.2 yards per carry for the wide receivers on those runs. Quarterback run was used 7 times on calls, 58 yards on those, 8.3 per carry, 57.1% success rate for Avery Johnson on those reads and quarterback powers off of jet. And then there were 9 inside zone power runs. K-State limited that without the DJ Giddens, which a lot of his success this year was on inside zone. K-State only ran 5 inside zone runs that I charted, and then 4 more inside type power runs. 27 yards, only 3 per carry on those runs. Not a big surprise without DJ Giddens in the game. Joe Jackson, even most of his success came on outside power, and Dylan Edwards had some big runs on those as well. Like I said, the passing game, 30 play calls, including sacks, 190 yards, 6.3 per carry, 36.7% success rate on those pass calls. So let's get into some of these schemes and see what K-State did well in this game. This was early in the game for K-State. In a doubles look, tight end is split out here, wide receiver Jace Brown out here, and then this is 21 personnel. We got Dylan Edwards split out with wide receiver to the top, and then Joe Jackson in the backfield. Sorry, don't want to get my Jacksons mixed up. It's easy to not mix up the Johnsons with Keegan Johnson opting out of this game. So this is going to be a jet sweep across, and the key here is all year K-State had really struggled with outside blocking in space from the receivers and from the running back. So this is going to be a key early play to establish the jet sweep in this game. It's going to be Dylan Edwards on the jet. You're going to see key blocks here on the edge from Garrett Oakley and Jace Brown and Joe Jackson out of the backfield. So really nice play here. It's going to set up K-State for a nice run early in this game. And you see the blocks on the edge. Just have to outrun the linebacker. And again, that gets Dylan Edwards free on that first run of the game. So as we look at that, we'll pause it on some of these blocks. Again, key getting this block established first from the start. You've got 2 more to get these 2, and then your back just has to outrun this linebacker. And this is where you see the speed of Dylan Edwards. He's got a 2-yard gap on the outside. He's going to beat him on the edge, and then we're going to see these next two blocks get the edge, just enough space for Dylan Edwards to get down the sideline, and a big play on the jet sweep. Nice way to start the game. Really good play for K-State. And then here's going to be uh, another one with 11 personnel. K-State's going to run jet motion with unbalanced. So unbalanced means they got two receivers on the line of scrimmage with an H to this side. This receiver's off, and the right tackle here is uncovered. So that's going to allow the jet motion and the fake of the jet sweep, and then a big quarterback power run off of that jet sweep. So another way jet was used, unbalanced formation, to get Avery Johnson free in the running game. So here's a jet from Dante Cephas. Really good read. Even though Portier really doesn't block anybody, Avery Johnson's able to get to the edge in space and make a big play. And you can see this play setting up, really good blocking on the point of attack up front from the line to get this established. Notice these defenders already have their backs turned to the sideline. They're sprinting out to the edge. Portier's pulling around. These two defenders get so wide, K-State doesn't have to block them. It's just going to be a cutback lane for Avery Johnson to get underneath and make it into a big play. Nice scheme on an unbalanced look. Again, something K-State's ran off and on throughout the Kleiman era, that kind of quarterback power look. Here's the same formation later in the game. Again, K-State's got twin receivers unbalanced, left tackles exposed, H-back here. This time they're going to give. Again, this is a key first down pickup. Ty Bowman carrying the ball, his first carry, I believe, this season on a jet sweep. He's able to get vertical and get just enough to pick up the first down late in the game, as K-State, I think, is driving to cut the lead from 12. Again, nice job here. Really good job reading the blocks. Got a block here, got a block here, and then just has to beat the one man inside to get the first down, and he's able to do so. Nice job picking up the first down from Ty Bowman. Again, something different, personnel switch up, something Rutgers wasn't expecting. K-State's able to pick up a first down off of it. And here's another fake off the jet, this time to Dylan Edwards. Similar formation as what we saw in the game, and then a little throw out to Jace Brown. So again, tight doubles here with a tight end and a receiver. Dylan Edwards and a receiver split out in twins, wider twins. The jet motion, then really nice combination. The tight end, even though he's in receiver stance, is going to run the under route, deep route here, and then the flat route by Jace Brown. So that puts the Rutgers defense in a bind, especially since K-State's already had a big play off of the jet earlier to Jace Brown in this ball game. So there you can see the fake on the jet, the release from Oakley, Jace Brown, the clear out from Dante Cephas. Then right away, Jace Brown's already got the defender beat. Almost probably has Oakley open on the secondary route, which probably is why K-State goes back to this later. But Avery Johnson's just going to dump it down, and then we get a nice big gain, 18 yards, I believe, from Jace Brown on this. Good job of Oakley turning up the block. Jace Brown gets to the sideline for a nice gain, again, off the jet. Here's a same formation, same look. You're going to see the jet across, same route combination. This time, Jaden Jackson's out. He's going to slip and actually kind of help serve as a little bit of a bluff rub against a couple of the Rutgers defenders as Oakley comes across open on this touchdown throw. Again, you see the same combination. You see Jaden Jackson fall down a little bit there, but it's enough. See, now two defenders coming up with Jace Brown, which is what opens up that space. Falling down here, these two defenders are trying to chase Garrett Oakley from the backside. And you can see that fall kind of brings all three of these Rutgers defenders together, which is what gets Oakley open. I think he's open regardless because Jaden Jackson's probably clearing out to the end zone here. Either way, I think it's going to be open for a touchdown. Garrett Oakley's able to make the catch, get into the corner end zone for the score. So nice scheme, nice look for K-State to get the score and get on the board. Here's another play off jet, another quarterback power off jet, something K-State likes to do and has done well this season. This time, K-State's empty formation with Dylan Edwards split out with the receiver. Got an H-back here, and then twin receivers to the top of the screen. So, again, we're going to see the same jet formation, pulling the backside guard, Haley Panzer. Should have probably gotten a few more yards on this, but it gets enough to get the first down against. I think this is a 3rd and 4 situation. So, again, you got the fake, the arc release here, reading this defender, pulling up underneath. Just got to block one of these two, and then Avery Johnson's got to beat the other one on the run, on the vertical run. Again, does a good job. This defender's going to take here. Got to get a kick out here on this linebacker filling, and then beat the safety as you come underneath. Avery Johnson's able to get, and you can see the safety even chases all the way across. Anyway, enough for the first down on that play. Good little pickup. Now we're going to get a little bit of two-back run game. Again, Edwards and Jackson both in the backfield. Something we saw a little bit with Edwards and DJ Giddens in the backfield. You got twin receivers to the bottom, back over here with the tight end flexed out, single receiver to the top. It's going to be a little power scheme off tackle. Going to pull the center and lead with Joe Jackson on the edge. So, again, off tackle power run, getting to the outside edge, and then getting vertical. This was the opening play of the game for K-State, actually, as they started off the game with this play. And you can see the pull. Dylan Edwards cuts underneath it. He's got a couple options as he pulls it, as he follows it around. A little bit of a read action to the top. That midline read look that K-State's run this season quite a bit. We're going to see later in the game as well, pulling the center around into this gap. You've got a lead on this gap. So, again, it's up to Dylan Edwards to make that read. He's going to go with the center up here, get 10 yards on that little crease inside the tackle. Nice little gain. Good scheme out of the two-back look. Something we haven't seen them do is out of the two-back look this season with that little read, with that little midline read pulling the center around. Here's the same look later in the game, same formation, same personnel. You got 21 personnel with the tight ends flexed out, two receivers. This is going to be the big play of the game. It's kind of what got K-State back in the game. It's going to be GT power. You're going to pull both backside guard and tackle around. Fake quarterback lead to this side with the running back going over to lead, and then the give to Dylan Edwards backside. He's going to get vertical. The play is actually going to cut inside. It's designed to go off tackle, which it really kind of does, but it cuts inside, goes vertical down the hash mark here for the score. Designed off tackle power, comes inside because of the kickouts. So again, you see the kick out here, coming down from the tackle, and then you got pulling up. They get so much flow from the linebackers getting them out of position to get Dylan Edwards vertical. ends up cutting back inside these blocks. So again, it becomes an inside power run de facto because of the way Rutgers played it so heavy to the outside, which is what allowed Dylan Edwards to get underneath. And they're respecting Avery Johnson, the run game out here, which is what widens this defender, which is what gives the crease to Dylan Edwards to score. Really nice play. Outruns the last defenders and then gets 65 yards for the score. Really got K-State back in this game when they were down 35-17. And watch that again. Getting really good job catching Rutgers widened out with 4 guys widened out here. Cut underneath. Nice run for Dylan Edwards on the GT counter. Some people are going to call it counter tray, whatever you want to call it. It's a really good scheme that lots of college football teams use and pro teams as well. Here we're back into 21 personnel, except now Dylan Edwards is split out wide up here. It's going to be kind of a fun play. You've got Avery Johnson, Joe Jackson. It's going to be a direct snap to Joe Jackson, handoff to Avery Johnson, and then it's just another way to run power. It's going to be GH power, going to pull the guard and the H back to this side to get outside. This could be a case where K-State doesn't get good blocking on the edge, which is what could have made this a bigger play. If this block is made on the corner, it's not. He's able to get inside of it, but Dylan Edwards is still able to bounce outside and get, I think, 8 to 10 yards on this play. But it's kind of fun to see a different wrinkle that we've never seen K-State do. Direct snap, double handoff. Don't quite get the corner blocked, but otherwise good blocking on the edge to get that set up. So again, you see the direct handoff, and then handoff. These 2 pullers coming around. Again, nice creative scheme. Good job of Panzer on logging on the edge, then getting out here on the edge. You got another blocker coming on the edge, so you got an extra blocker. Just don't get this corner blocked. Which kind of puts Joe Jackson in a bind. He was expecting that block to be made, so he's got to come off, pause, and then go down the field. But again, Dylan Edwards is able to do enough to make this into a pretty good play. Bounce outside. Nice scheme, a little bit different, a little bit creative, something different we haven't seen from K-State. And here's another version of power, something different. We're going to see a tight end H swap. We got 2 split receivers to either side. We're going to swap both the tight end to H. Then we're going to be off tackle power, but now we're going to pull both guards. They're uncovered with the way Rutgers defense gets aligned, so both guards are going to pull outside. Joe Jackson's going to find his crease, get vertical, get a nice gain on this play. And you see the tight end H swap. Good job sealing the edge, pulling both guards around, kick out, get down the field. Poitier is not able to quite get to his block, but he does enough to give Joe Jackson some space to get vertical. Another way to run counter or power, and pulling both guards around. Going to seal the edges here. Really nice kick out. And it's a matter of getting everything sealed inside, which they do. Then it's going to be a matter of getting the block on the edge. Doesn't quite get the block, but he does force this defender outside, which gives the inside back out running lane for Joe Jackson to get that cut, get vertical, making one guy miss, pick up 16 on a 1st and 20 after a holding penalty. Big play for K-State. And here's back to that midline look that we've seen K-State run, and they've run it several times this year. You got a trips look over here with an H, 2 receivers, and then a receiver split out, 11 personnel. K-State's going to run the midline look, reading the backside tackle, and then pulling the center, arcing the center around, getting blockers in space out here for the running back to find a lane and run to. This is going to be Joe Jackson earlier in the game. Nice little look. The read in the tackle. Find a space outside. Almost breaks it for more, which is what K-State does later in the game, you're going to see. And you see the slide pull from the center. Again, that's because the center is covered up here. You can block down, get upfield, release here, leave this tackle unblocked. And it's just a matter of getting these blocks in space, which K-State does a pretty good job of here. Gets out in space. You got these two blocked, getting here, here. Nice job. Then it's going to be a matter of finding the lane for Joe Jackson. He does a good job of doing that and then getting vertical right through here. Just don't quite finish this block here, which gets enough of a piece to get him knocked down, slowed down, and then a good job of the corner coming from the outside just to knock him down enough. But K-State's going to go back to that later in the game. The key play of the game for K-State, take the lead, same formation, trips with an H, split up here, going to be the same look, same exact midline look. Rutgers plays a little bit differently. This defensive tackle caves with the pull, but K-State still gets the same look. Dylan Edwards is able to make guys miss in space. K-State takes the lead on this run, 36 yards. Late in the game, find the crease, make a guy miss, little inside-out cut, reminiscent of Deuce Vaughn in the Big 12 championship game. Nice look for K-State. Again, you see the same skip pull, getting blocks at the line of scrimmage, very big to get those blocks and then get these guys out in space. And key blocks here, 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 just for enough for a crease, enough of a pickup here. This time K-State's able to pick up that corner with a little bit different coverage as well, which is able to break that open. Gets the corner here, Jaden Jackson with the big block, and then that's what allows Dylan Edwards to get in space, make the last defender miss, get the score for K-State, take the lead. Nice little scheme, nice play for K-State in this ball game. Then here's that wide receiver reverse we're talking about. Tight bunch formation, tight end and H here, receiver here, Jace Brown. Going to fake like an outside power look out of the pistol, in case they didn't run the pistol a lot, but they do enough. The teams can't key off of it. We're going to pull to make it look like it's off tackle power this way, and then it's going to be the reverse behind. Really nice trifecta blocks on this edge to get Jace Brown outside and get a big gain, 34 yards, I believe, on this wide receiver reverse. You see the nice little pivot move by Garrett Oakley to get the kick out was a key in making that play go. So again, see the pull and the fake? See Garrett Oakley stepped, and he's coming around. Really nice job by Dante Cephas to get this edge sealed, and then the kick out, and then it's going to be Jace Brown coming up underneath that kick out by Garrett Oakley. Really good job taking the defender where he wants to go. Then you've got guys coming out. The guard and tackle on the play side did a good job blocking down initially and then releasing outside late to get down the field, get the big play. Nice scheme again. Again, notice again the play side guys doing a good job selling that this play is going to the right. Oakley pivots, turns around, and then these two guys stepping down hard and then getting back outside. Keys to make that work. Really nice job. Then here's one of the more inside run looks although it's a different type of scheme. It's going to be releasing with a kick out, releasing with a kick out, releasing with a kick out. So it's almost an H trap on this tackle over here. This tackle comes down though with the down block, but it's kind of a series of traps. Trap here, trap here, trap here. K-State did this a couple different times. Really, or some people might say it's a series of cross blocks. However you want to call it. It's something a little bit different from K-State. Not a huge gain, but a creative way to block up front and get a little bit of a seam. Again, nice little 6-yard run for Joe Jackson. Not a huge gain, but something interesting in the way it's designed. And release, block here. Releasing inside, wrapping around. Releasing inside, wrapping around. Again, the key is going to be this trap here. And these two have got to get the 2 of these out here. And then it's a matter of Joe Jackson finding a little crease. And set up here. Get these blocks. Releasing late to try to get downfield. Tough angle here from the outside, but just gets enough. Again, nice solid gain on first down for K-State on this little kind of trap cross block play across the board to get a nice gain. Here's one of the quarterback read games. One thing that's fun about this one is K-State's going to swap and then swap the tight end back. I'm going to run read play with the running back going left with zone left, arcing the tight end to the edge. You're also going to see Rutgers must have had a tendency to read tight ends and H's because you're going to see one of the 2 Rutgers defenders go with the H here, which leaves the big running lane for Avery Johnson against this look. Something really we haven't seen other defenses do against K-State this year. So swap the tight end over to a tight end spot, swap him back to an H spot. Then he's going to arc release, a little jab step inside. Again, 22 is the key defender you're going to watch, who's going to bite on the H-back on the release. Something K-State must have saw on film that Rutgers keyed on that they took advantage of on this play. And they're going to take advantage on a few others. So you see the jab step, and again, both these defenders are reading this edge here. Caving hard on the zone left to the Joe Jackson on the fake. And then it's going to be a nice big running lane for Avery Johnson coming outside. So again, great job on the edge blocking here by Garrett Oakley. But then you've got this defender beat just because he goes hard out here for some reason. Then it's a matter of getting blocks in space and Avery Johnson getting vertical, which he does. Nice little scheme on the read. Good job by K-State there. Then here's one more quarterback run. Again, nice scheme for the formation. Again, picking up on what had to be a tendency of Rutgers, because you're going to see the same look by the outside edge defender going down with the tight ends, reading the tight ends and H's. K-State has tight end H to the left, one receiver split wide, one receiver to the boundary, and then they're going to release and shift Dylan Edwards out to the slot here for Twins empty look, and then run quarterback power, pulling the guard, but the guard has no one to block because the Rutgers defenders all cave down inside. They must have been expecting power inside on this and read that as such, and K-State is able to throw them off with the outside quarterback run. Again, you see the Rutgers defense bite real hard on the inside. Panzer comes out, he's got no one to block. Kind of strange that you would play it that way, but that has to be a tendency Rutgers tended to do that K-State knew they would do. So again, you see the down blocks hard coming in here. This defender, this linebacker's coming in hard. So K-State's got it easy, and then it's a matter of no one to beat or just beat the outside edges. No one out here. Panzer doesn't have to block the guy. Again, good job for K-State. Probably a bad job for Rutgers on what their scheme told them to do in that situation. So these next few are just going to show some of the kind of major passing game misses that could have been good for K-State plus the interception K-State have, which really wasn't a miss. That was just a bad read by Avery Johnson. But you got twins to the boundary, tight end H to the field, 12 personnel. K-State's going to fake rolling out to the left and late release the tight end and the running back as they roll to the left, kind of a tight end throwback look with the running back on the wheel almost, or wheel release. But K-State misses. This was early in the game after the big Dylan Edwards run. So again, motion across, looking for Jace Brown, the H-back in the corner, throw back to the tight end who's open. May not have scored, but would have been darn close. So again, you see the outside releases here and here. Little quarter roll, play fake to the back who's going to release wide. Dante Cephas is going to run to the middle of the field. And then the tight end's blocking, and they're going to release late. Has his man beat. There you see the late release. The defender trying to pick him up late. This defender is going to see it as well. Run through by Joe Jackson. Dante Cephas to the middle. Again, this is the design. You can see it in the way Avery Johnson reacts. Again, just a high throw. Avery's tendencies when he misses is to throw high. Misses high here to the tight end H-back. And K-State has the miss. Again, watch that again just so you can see the design. Nice job delaying the tight end. Should have been a score. Would have been tight to get to the edge, but nice play design nonetheless. Here's 11 personnel. Got two receivers out here, tight end with a split. I'm going to see the rub route from these two receivers with a little slant and a curl to really try to pull the defender that's got the back, take advantage of that, get Dylan Edwards in the flat. And again, it's just another miss by Avery Johnson on the throw. Issue is here, K-State doesn't have anybody to block the edge. The defender's going to run three. Avery Johnson's just got to get a little more air into it. Really good play design. Little motion inside to check the man coverage. Again, this defender's got him. You're going to rub this safety who can help by running this curl route and this slant route to rub those guys off. K-State gets exactly what they want. Rubbing the defenders off. The safety's the only one that can get over there to make the play. Nobody out here. Again, the defensive end's coming hard. He's big, but you just got to loft that over the top. Should have been a score for Dylan Edwards on the outside route. And watch that one more time. The miss by K-State. Again, should have been another score earlier in the game. Just a miss. Here's another great play design. 21 personnel with Edwards split out. Joe Jackson in the backfield. You got an H-back. Single receiver. Dylan was in twins to the wide side of the field. You're going to motion him across, run him on the wheel route, get him matched up with the safety coming up. You catch the safety flat-footed, so you've got him beat. And it's, again, just not quite able to make the throw by Avery Johnson here on this play. Nice job. You got the wheel route. Safety's beat by 3 or 4 yards. Just a slide over throw on the play. And a little token play action fake. Here, get the safety widening with Edwards. Trying to, Edwards got him full speed. He's just realizing the break. Again, just a miss on a really good play design. Again, another one that probably would have been a score had the ball been on time in the right spot on the play action wheel route after the motion by Edwards. Again, one more miss, this time out of empty formation, 11 personnel. Got a tight end split out here. Edwards in the slot, 3 receivers in trips to the top. It's just going to be a really nice little concept with a curl route from the outside receiver. And then it's kind of a hole shot. It's against man. You got a safety dropping back in the middle, one free. So you got to get outside, beat your man by Dylan Edwards, which he does on the little slot fade. So you got a slot fade here with a little stop and go by Dylan Edwards. Again, a nice concept. You're going to see the fake and go here. Again, just a little bit of a miss by Avery Johnson on the fade route. A tougher window, not quite beat as much. Got the right idea. K-State has the right play call there with the matchup they want, just not able to quite get it. And really good job on the route. You can see the stem here. He's already got him beat. Got outside leverage. And it's a matter of knowing where the safety is. Pretty good protection up front by K-State as well. Again, you got inside the safety. You got 2 yards on the defender. Just a little bit of an overthrow here by Avery Johnson. And the miss. But again, good concept, especially in this situation. It's 3rd and long. K-State doesn't get it. It's forced to punt. This was during a bad start to the 3rd quarter. Then finally, here's the interception late in the 2nd quarter. K-State's got 2 tight ends in at H spots. They're going to run post, wheel, flat. Again, K-State probably thinks it's going to be man-to-man coverage. Gets caught in, it's kind of a cover 2 look. This safety's going to drop and fall. Safety's going to drop. This corner's going to drop and fall, be underneath the route. Dylan Edwards or Avery Johnson simply doesn't see it, and it's going to be an interception. Again, good job disguising what the look was. Was it recognized? If anything, this could have been a shot down the field to Dante Cephas, the way they covered it. In that corner, bailed, stayed underneath it. No way to get that ball in there. They did a pretty good job covering the flat on this other tight end, H-back. And then Dante Cephas is probably the only choice against the safety, which probably isn't going to get much or just throw it away. Bad mistake. Looked pretty bleak after this for K-State, especially since right before halftime they didn't get anything and then went 3 and out the first 2 drives of the second half. Okay, now we got those bad passing plays out of the game out of the way. We can look at some of the good ways K-State was able to throw the ball. K-State's in 11 personnel here with the tight end split out to the top. I'm going to motion across to a kind of a bunch trips with the tight end as the point man of the trips with a single receiver to the bottom. Going to be a 3 route combination with a crossing route across from Jaden Jackson to pick up a first down on this 3rd and 7 early in the ball game on K-State's first drive. So in motion across, you got man-to-man with the guy coming all the way across. 3 route combo up there. Jaden Jackson able to beat his man across the field. Pretty good concept with the required good protection to get it beat. So you can see the route combination. just an outside release. He's being jammed, so Garrett Oakley's just got to run through it. Going to be crossing route here, and then Jace Brown's going to kind of run that Arrow Texas route combo to get inside. Jaden Jackson's going to use really the other Rutgers defender as a rub, and then get across, beat the man across, pick up 13 yards for the first down. Good combo, good protection, first down throw. "12 personnel here. Got tight end and H here to the bottom, twin receivers to the top. Going to be kind of a drop back combo with a motion again to set it up. Dante Cephas is going to motion inside, release down the field, down the hash by Jace Brown, and then just a little inside route. Freeze the motion is able to get the corner on the move, and then he's able to, Dante Cephas is able to freeze him enough to get outside and again pick up a third and medium on this 3rd and 6 play. Motion inside, get the corner flat-footed enough that Dante Cephas can get outside leverage to get the catch and make the play. And you can see getting the defenders stacked. They've got to play. They're probably comboing this. One's got the outside release, one's got the inside release. Forces that hand. And here's Dante Cephas got a beat, and he's just got to get out to the sticks and get the first down. Nice job to get that done. Here's back to 11 personnel again. H-back, twin receivers, and a bunch, tight formation, single receiver at the top. You're going to see another motion across by Jackson. Okay. Then you're going to see crossers from Cephas and Oakley. And then you can see Jace Brown settle in the middle of the field. So good combo route. Crossers. This can be used against man and zone. Usually you think about this as a man concept, but the crossers help create the space for Jace Brown on the middle route, which is what's going to happen as we see this develop. So cross formation motion to an outside release. You see the crossers open up enough space in the middle for Jace Brown to get the catch and make a play in the middle of the field. So you see Rutgers was threatening blitz, and then they're dropping everybody into zones. K-State was anticipating man. This happened to work out for them. Again, you see the pause here. The pause here as these two come across, and then Jace Brown's going to find that opening in the middle of the field, which is going to be the part of this route scheme that makes it work against zone, even though they're expecting man-to-man. Again, one more look at that. Nice little concept. Then we're going to see something similar on this play. This is late in the game. This is a 4th and 3. This is a big play for K-State. Different type of motion for Jaden Jackson, though. He's going to motion kind of, I call it orbit motion in the backfield, then release outside. Then we're going to see tight end, crosser, Jace Brown in the middle. So that same concept. Jackson to the outside out here. The key here is going to be Dante Cephas continuing across and then reading the defense to get open on his crossing route on the play. So backfield motion. Rutgers does a great job of covering all these options. Could have thrown it here, but this is where K-State gave up some pressure. Great job of Avery Johnson stepping up underneath that pressure. And then it's going to be Avery Johnson and Dante Cephas being on the same page. As Dante Cephas gets outside, he's going to see the space. Good job of Jaden Johnson getting downfield, and then the space here for Avery Johnson to find Dante Cephas, and it becomes a big play. Nice little throw over the top. Dante Cephas with the play in the middle of the field. Again, not the way you designed it, but this is where, even though Langen gets beat, he gets enough of them after he gets beat to allow Avery Johnson to get underneath and then make this play happen. This is really Avery Johnson and then Dante Cephas making the right play in the scramble drill, getting open. Big, huge play to pick up a 4th down for K-State late in this game. Here's another 21 personnel with Dylan Edwards out here. Twin receivers at the top with a tight end split out. Receiver out here. This is going to be a really nice combo. And again, picking up on now Rutgers is going to do something a little bit different with their coverage. K-State happens to call the exact right play against the coverage, where even though they have some man-to-man, they kind of have a 3 deep with a Tampa 2 3 deep by dropping this inside backer to the middle of the field. So K-State's going to get the right call because there's no one to pick up the backfield. And Joe Jackson's going to run this little arrow route, which we've seen K-State do in the past. These 2 receivers are going to run inside routes. That's going to leave Joe Jackson wide open in the middle of the field, and then a big gainer after it as he makes the catch. So again, you see the motion. You see man-to-man on the outside 2 guys. But again, no one to pick up Joe Jackson on the little release out of the backfield, arrow route look, and Rutgers simply has no answer. And again, here's where I'll show you that linebacker dropping. You got these 2 men and these 2, no one to cover this back. With these 2 dropping, your safety deep. K-State's got the right play against the right defense. Rutgers really has nobody to guard Joe Jackson out of the backfield. Really good job. K-State recognizing that, finding the right play. Looks like K-State had a pretty good idea what they were going to get. Got the right play out of it to get a big gain. And then a couple passes for touchdowns for K-State. Here's one that is going to be another swap at a 12 personnel, swapping the tight end and H over. And then again, we're going to see that rub flat route with the running back. This time it's going to be Joe Jackson. Both these guys are going to run inside. As often teams will do against tight ends, they're going to jam the releases of the tight ends, at least one of them, and then that's going to allow Joe Jackson to get to the edge, catch the ball, find enough space for the touchdown out of the flat route. Again, Rutgers jamming the tight end or the H-back here is what helps create this play. So again, the Rutgers is making the play. It's almost blocking downfield. Ball's going to be caught right at the line of scrimmage, so it's legal anyway. But again, that's going to rub off this defender who's got the back man out of the backfield, which is going to give Joe Jackson just enough space to get outside and then get to the score. Again, taking advantage of tendencies of the defense, how Rutgers was playing it, rubbing off those linebackers, K-State getting into space for the score. And then the last one here, again, another case that Rutgers doesn't account for the back, just a simple little swing route, vertical routes. You got trips with an H, tight end over here. All these 3 receivers on the place are going to release vertical. No one accounts for Joe Jackson. I think this backer's probably supposed to have him, but he gets caught no man's land and gets caught coming up the field at Avery Johnson. Joe Jackson's going to be able to catch it and go 26 yards, 27 yards for the score. Again, 22 gets caught. And then Dylan Edwards has enough speed to get to the edge, make that happen. And you can see these routes releasing downfield. It's going to take these defenders with him. 22, 28, get caught, looking in the backfield, checking the quarterback. 22 looks to peel late, recognize, uh-oh, I messed up. But it's too late. Dylan Edwards catches the ball. Another touchdown for him on the day. Again, really nice way for the K-State offense to close out the season. 3.38 points per drive in the game, which is sixth game above 3.3 points per drive on the season. Really good offense. Good things to see with DJ Giddens not in the game. Going to be some new pieces on the offensive line. Going to be a couple new pieces at receiver. But you saw a nice look at how K-State was going to attack with Dylan Edwards and Joe Jackson in the backfield, and some different things K-State can do. And in some ways, it was harder for Connor Riley to call a game without DJ Giddens, but in some ways it forced him to be more creative. And I think we saw that in this game as K-State was able to use a lot more off-tackle running plays, a lot more jet to set up other things off of jet, and then a lot more just little plays to take advantage of the Rutgers' tendencies on defense. Their aggressive play, their linebackers biting hard on fakes, their tendency to read tight ends and H's, which left them in bad positions in the quarterback run game. So all those were things K-State did a great job with preparing for this game and then executing during the game. We saw probably the best blocking in space from K-State all season. Some things we'll look for as we go into next season from the K-State offense that hopefully is a better than 9-4 season. Disappointing in some ways to be 9-4, especially the Houston loss. A team you expected to be in the Big 12 championship game didn't quite get there, but some encouraging signs. It's always good to win 9 games, and then we look forward to what K-State's going to bring to the table next season.